to the 50 Shades of Army. What's up everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to review Dakota Johnson's house in Hollywood. Apparently it's super green, it's got lots of cool features, lots of plants and very quirky and earthy. Also yes, that's why I'm wearing grey, because I'm trying to put the effort to be relevant to the video I'm shooting on that day, so and I am wearing head to toe grey, even though you can't see it, it's grey. Now just quickly before I start, can I ask you please to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button below, and also if you click on the bell button right next to it, it will notify you every time I will post a new video so you wouldn't miss anything. Without further ado, let's start.
Hi AD, I'm Dakota. Welcome to my house.
Nice entrance. Oh, I love this. Very earthy, very green and wood.
I moved here about 5 years ago, and it was the second house I looked at and the first house I ever bought. I love wood and I love light and windows and green, so I just fell in love. Ryan Murphy lived in this house first and he loved it so much.
I love this room that she's standing in. Look at that plant on the right side. That looks so cool. All the wood, so the wood is, everything's wood. The wood on the walls, the wood cabinetry on the left, obviously the piano, the sofa's fabric, it looks like a velvet, like a very earthy kind of looking, and then almost a Persian rug with a little ottoman on the side, kind of like an art deco coffee table. I can see the legs, and the flooring, it looks like a polished concrete with just sheer curtains on those windows so the natural light will flow through. Very nice, clean, and I love those oranges on the coffee table.
But his family got bigger, so he moved out. Lucky. And this is the living room. I hang out in here. I read. Like people kind of are always coming in and out of my house, and everyone hangs out in this room, obviously. Not only because it's a living room, but because it's like
that's a very nice and cozy fireplace as well.
The furniture is vintage and the couches were original, and we recovered them in this amazing crushed mohair. And this table came with the house. I bought it with the house, which was lucky.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. On the bottom it's bamboo. The piano is vintage. It's an antique Wurlitzer.
Nice.
I
dusty.
Play like badly. Hi, that's Zeppelin.
Hi, how
he
are
wants
you?
to show you his dinosaur. This is not an antique, this thing, but I have a record collection that goes all the way, and I just...
See, so this is what I'm saying about mixing contemporary with classic pieces, or vintage with new. So even though this cabinet is brand new, but because it looks right, and because it looks right, basically, it works with the rest of the antique pieces. So it's all about how you collect things and where you get them from and how everything will come together as a whole. So you have to always think of a whole picture before purchasing any furniture. So that's why it's always good to have an interior designer, because we understand how the design process works. When we see something, we can imagine what would work with it, what wouldn't. But a lot of people got the same like instincts or power, but some people have no clue. So if you're one of those that has no clue, so leave a comment down below if you need help with anything or looking for something specific. Come buy it. Feel free to send me pictures, or I don't know if you can post pictures on the comments, but if you have any questions, just ask and I will do my best to answer you all and advise.
Advertise them, and it's really exciting. Right now
I think it is
Ram, Paul McCartney. It's a really great album and a really great album to listen to on.
So I want to buy one of those record player, I think they're called. Please let me know if there's any good ones in the comments below. I really would like to buy one. It's just cool things to have.
I know. And this amazing thing happens at certain times of day, like really early in the morning, 7 a.m.
Natural
light from the sun on the pool does this on the ceiling, and I think it's the
coolest. So cool. That's incredible. I love that.
This is my office.
Again, lots
I read
of wood.
Scripts in here. I have meetings in here sometimes. I actually don't really get any work done because I get distracted by everything that's in here. My favorite thing about it, I guess, is these bookshelves.
I could almost smell the wood from the screen because it's so earthy. There are lots of wood everywhere, and I can smell like those vintage books and those fabrics and things. It's like,
that I built into the walls. Originally, they were just these really beautiful, like clean wood slabs, and then they started to fall because I have a lot of books.
That's nice.
These ones were sent to me by Patti Smith. I said, I love your poetry so much. I love your work. And so she wrote me little notes in all of these books that she's...
Just one little quick comment about how to style your bookshelf. So I know some people recently are starting, when they're putting the books in, they put it on the other way around. So you see the edges, like if this is the book, they put it this way. So you see the edges instead of putting at the back, which the name is. I mean, you might think it will look cleaner and sleeker or whatever. But, you know, at the end of the day, you want to know what book that is and you want to read it. It's not just a decoration piece. So I would never put them this way. You know, if you just want to buy books for decorations and don't care about the actual book, just buy something that's got a nice cover and still put it in this way. But don't put it that way because that will just look silly.
This is a weird pile. Don't focus on this pile of books. Let's just put these ones in a different... We'll just put them down. Like go to a cooler pile. Blazer. This is cool. It's a wax mushroom. This, I was working with Chanel a long time ago, and my alias was punk rock, and I thought that was funny. Okay. They're silly awards. I don't even know. I'm not an awards person. Barb is such a great character. Barb didn't come back in season 2, did she? They totally forgot about Barb in the Upside Down. That sucks. She's still there. Oh, sex and the Constitution. That's a really interesting one. Of course she would. Sex, religion, and law from America's origins. Oh, Jesus. What a weird girl. I like her hair in this video. This was a Polaroid of Hunter Thompson, who was my dad's best friend. That's a cool photograph. And a very dear, again, I love photographs figure. And I do my own art and painting, so I'm very and photography. Boobies. This is an amazing photographer named Alice Mann, and she photographs these marching band girls in South Africa, and the energy is amazing, and it makes me feel hopeful. That is a photograph of my grandma at her house at Shambhala with one of her tigers.
Of course she had the tiger. I want a
Let's
tiger.
go in the dining room. This table, actually, we designed it and had it made. I mean, it's a smaller room, and we didn't want to lose the rug and the light, and we kind of wanted the table to disappear. And
so again, lots of wood, very warm. Very earthy. Again, I can see the same flooring going throughout, which is cool. It's good, I think, to have a glass table now because everything else is kind of solid and strong. I can see that cabinet on the right. Again, it kind of blends in with the wall because they painted it the same color. The chairs, again, is the same color. The walls, everything, the candles. So it's good to have something that is contrasting. So in this case, they're having this kind of contemporary table which got glass legs and a glass top, but then everything else is kind of mid-century. So it's all about, you know, the balance.
Chairs look like little humans. They're so gorgeous. This I found on First Dibs, maybe?
Yeah, First Dibs. If you have seen one of my videos before, I did recommend First Dibs as a very great website to buy antiques. It's quite expensive because they got the good quality designer stuff, but you can find, you know, the good quality. So, yes.
Love First Dibs.
Yes,
so
me
much.
Too. I love it
some
too.
Crystals, yeah. This one is cool because it has a
What are your thoughts on crystals? I mean, I don't have any crystals in my room or any of the houses I've designed, but do you think that's something I should look into? Let me know in the comments below if you think crystals actually do help with whatever they help with, you know, the mood of the room or the energy. So yes, let me know what you think.
Isn't that so cool? People tend to give crystals as gifts in LA, and that's great. I love them. There's a really big one over there in the corner.
I like all
that
those
guy, that
sculptures
crystal
and
is
things.
crazy. And it projects good vibes into, you know, the house
Good
and at
vibes.
people. This is my little kitchen.
Oh,
we painted it.
That's
we painted
tiny.
it this green color. I love green. I lived in New York before I moved into this house, and then before I moved to New York, I lived in a house and I painted the kitchen green. But
we call this green royal green here in UK. You might call it something else in States. If you're in the States, also let me know where you're watching this video from, like what country. But I love this kitchen. It's simple. It's again classic contemporary, but more on a classic size. I can see if they've got the exposed hinges here, so that's like a contemporary take. I'm not a huge fan of these handles because they're very simple, and I probably would have gone for brass because I do like brass, and it will look very gorgeous against that royal green. It's like yellow and green, they're kind of opposite each other, so they work really well. Like that painting here where it's got like green and then it's got the brass, the base and the green plants and things. So that's what I would have done. Sorry. I love this sculpture, that plant's coming out of its head as well, which is very cool. But yeah, it is a very small kitchen. Like if this was my house, I'd definitely wanted to have a bigger kitchen because I do cook and I love cooking. But I do get bored after 10 minutes of cooking. So anything less than 10 minutes?
Really up the color, and it was like the most atrocious color green. It was so hardcore. It looked insane, like terrible. But then I got it right on this one, I think. I love cooking. Yeah. I cook a lot and I bake a lot.
Me too.
I love limes.
Bake.
I love them. They're great. I love them so much, and I like to present them like this in my house. And how cool is this? It's dying, that plant, now that I'm looking at it. That's so sad.
So here's the thing. Are you guys good with plants? I'm good with plants that don't need much attention. But anything else that I buy, they will die for some reason. So any tips and advice, please?
I never ever thought that I'd be like a dish person because I don't get it at all. Like the psychology of it, I don't understand why anyone would collect loads of dishes or people who have china and like
you use them for different occasions. I'm obsessed with glassware, and first of all, the pieces of art by themselves, so you don't necessarily need to use them. You can just look at them, like here, if it's in a glass cabinet or if you have a glass display, you can just sit, leave it there and look at it and maybe use it once a year. Just you don't necessarily need to use it, but if you have different variations, you can use them for different occasions. You can use one for Easter, you can use a set for Christmas, you can use it one for a summer party. If you have like 3 or 4 summer parties, in each party you can use a different one. So yes, you can use it, and I'm obsessed with glassware.
China cabinets, I was always like, what? Why? I don't get it. But this is so cool. Here I am with loads of dishes. Look at these. Never have I used this.
Not my type.
What is that for? Oh, it's for teacups. Got it.
It is cool.
I mean, can you stand it? They're the coolest. Wouldn't you want to drink out of that? I never do because they're too cool. They're like just for sitting in this
she's looking at them.
Cabinet. My company is called Tea Time Pictures, so tea is a big deal for me. But also,
I love
caffeine
tea as well. Are you guys tea or coffee drinker? I used to drink coffee in the morning, and then now I'm just drinking tea, and I'm feeling light and more awake. Whereas I thought coffee would do that, but for me, it's the other way around. So let me know in the comments below what you drink in the morning, tea or coffee.
Which I need some of it now. That's upstairs where my bedroom is, but we're not going up there.
Why?
This is outside. I wanted you to see this table and chairs over here because this was made out of the wood from Winston Churchill's yacht. I'm not lying. And I think that's the coolest thing ever. And look at how these chairs fit.
It is cool.
Nobody can really sit in this table because the chairs wobble in these cracks in the slabs of pavement, and people fall out of them, and it sucks. But isn't that so satisfying and amazing?
I like her Gucci shoes as well.
I planted this tree when I moved in, and it was a little baby, and I got some whoppers of lemons on that one. But this one, look, they're like perfectly placed oranges on this tree.
Is
Can
that
you believe
supposed
that?
to be a
How
messy
beautifully they're placed.
kitchen?
It's like I did it for this very reason. This was meant to be an herb garden, and I never planted any herbs in it. And
Do you guys have herb gardens in your house or apartment or wherever you are? I don't. I think I can't look after them. Well, that's what I think. But so I just buy them from supermarket. But let me know if you have
looking at it now, and it looks so crazy in here.
Yeah, that's just
I didn't ever do anything, and all this wild shit started growing in it. Like this guy. What are you even? Weeds. You know, that on a lot of tea bags, they have little fortunes on the back of the tea tab. And I really take them very seriously. And one that I get all the time is the difference between a flower and a weed is judgment. So think about that.
Okay. Interesting.
I finally recently got outdoor furniture. For a while it was looking pretty grim out here. This is like an amazing little double chair situation that I love. It's one piece. I thought it would be really, really pretty if there were some flowers and things out here, because this house can tend to feel really masculine. Well. These chairs are not meant to be put outside. They're very delicate and expensive, but they look so good out here, so who cares?
I love those chairs. I do love monochrome furniture, but they have to be very specific. I do like these because they're like statement pieces and they're very, very unique. And it's not something you would necessarily sit on them every day or ever, but they will look incredible. You know, just a little side
cat chicken is buried here, which is not funny, but I don't know why I think it's funny to tell you that. The pool's heated a little, so I can go in it all the time. And also, it doesn't really get cold here.
It looks dirty. Oh, look at all those.
Let's go up here. These are some stairs that lead you to this place up here.
Stairs.
Which is a hot tub.
We do like a hot tub.
So cold.
Well,
bamboo grows so crazy fast. I don't know if you know that. And my neighbors on that side are in a war with me about how high the bamboo in the driveway is growing, which is insane.
Is that?
Because why would I want people to be able to see in my house? I can't believe that I'm even letting you guys in my house, so they can just shove it. This is this gorgeous, just randomly placed flower arrangement. Real? And that's my bedroom. Sneaky. Yeah, let's go back downstairs now. Zeppelin. Oh, don't. What are you going to do? Go get it. That one's probably lost forever.
That was crazy. I like how unimpressed was that dog. He was like, I'm not having it. Oh, well, this was a cool house.
Thank you so much for coming, AD.
I love that tie things on the door handles here. The green mosaic looking with that antique brass, with the the rough edge. It's very cool.
Tour my house, but I really would like for you to leave now. So
cool. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please let me know if you have any questions, and if you're looking for something specific for your own house, or if you need advice for anything, if you're trying to pick a good color, and whatever question you have, please leave a comment down below, and I try my best to answer all your questions. And I cannot wait to see you at the next video. Ciao.